everyone, welcome back to the Sweet Summer Crochet Handbag Crochet Along. We are now done with most of the body of the bag, and we're at a point where we're going to add a couple little rows of couple different colors for just a little bit of a decorative touch, and I'm just going to give you some pointers on changing those colors. So what I've done is I've actually just cut off my main color, and I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to work now with this wonderful raspberry color. And I just wanted to give you some pointers on this. The pattern says you only need one ball, but remember we are working with 2 strands held together throughout in the bag so that it has a good structure. And so to do that, you're going to need to work from both ends of the ball at the same time. You have 2 options. You can take your ball, wind off a bunch of it into a separate ball, and then work from 2 separate balls, but it's just as easy to work from both ends off the same ball at the same time. It might get a little tangled, but it works out pretty well. So what I do is I actually just take the label off of the yarn, and you'll get out your center pull section here and set that end aside, and then find your end that is on the outside of the ball. And if you want to try and keep it a little less tangled, one of the things that I will do is I'll stick it in like a plastic zip top bag and cut the corners off and one end through each, and then you can just pull and it won't get very tangled. So what you're going to do is just get both ends, and I've already tangled mine. Hold on a second here. And grab them together and then just continue working. And what I do to change the colors here is on your last stitch of your last row, let's see here so you can see this. Here's where I've slip stitched everything to close the row. I actually will open that slip stitch back up. There we go. And what I will do is I'll finish that row with both the old color and the new color, and then just drop the old color and continue with the new one. So let me show you that. So here I've yarned over with my old color, and I'm going to yarn over with my new one. So there's going to be 4 strands that you have to pull through, remember. And just make sure that when you give yourself a tail, an end, you leave enough to weave in. There we go. So you're going to pull all 4 through. There we go. And then just continue working with your new color. You're going to drop your old one. Don't even worry about it anymore. There you go. And then remember, we're just continuing row 12 we're going to do 2 rows of row 12 of the red. We're going to do 1 row of row 12 in the green, and then I'll come back and I'll show you we're going to switch up our pattern. So I'll be right back with 2 rows of red and a row of green, and we will be, I'll show you a new stitch. So here we go. We have done 2 rows of our raspberry color, and I switched over to the green. I followed the same method with switching my colors, and I did another row of the green, and that is repeating row 12. So it's just a shell in every chain 1 space around. And then I am in the process of working the next row, which is a half double crochet in every stitch around. And I just wanted to demonstrate the half double crochet for you. It's very, very easy, and it's called a half double crochet because you are working half of a double crochet. So let me get the bag out of the way here, and let me show you. To do a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert into your next stitch, pull up the yarn, then you're going to have 3 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and you'll pull through all 3. So instead of yarning over and pull through twice like we do on a double crochet, you're just going to yarn over and pull through once, making a half double. So let me show again. Yarn over into the stitch, pull up, 3 loops, yarn over and pull through 3. And you're going to continue that all the way around. That's your next row. It adds just a little bit of extra height to those shells for our, because we're going to getting ready to start the handle. So just make sure when you are going around that you get that chain 1 space. Don't forget that that counts as a space. And we will just keep going around, and then I'm going to switch back to our main body color and show you another stitch. So I'm going to finish this row and I'll be right back. All right, so I finished my green and I have now switched back to my main body color of the purse, which is the lovely little pyramid or the brown color. And for the next row, what you're going to do is just a single crochet in every stitch all around. That's very easy because the row before you did a half double crochet in every stitch around, so you don't have to worry about catching chain one spaces and whatnot. So just make sure you do a stitch in every stitch below. And I'm just going to show you a single crochet just in case you need a little lesson on that. So a single crochet is very easy. You don't do any yarning over before you insert into the next stitch. So what you're going to do is take your hook, this is the slip stitch or your previous stitch that's on here. You'll go into the next stitch and pull up a yarn, and you'll have now 2 loops on your hook, and yarn over and pull through both, and that is a single crochet. So pull up a yarn, yarn over, and pull through 2. So into the stitch, pull up, yarn over, and pull through 2. And we'll just keep doing that all the way around. And when we get all the way around, then we are going to start working on the handle. So I'm going to finish this row and I will be right back with you to show you how to work the handle of our bag. So here we go. We have finished our little decorative section with our change in color, and we've done our single crochet all the way around in the main body color. And then the next step, which is not tricky but a little bit fiddly, is we need to make the handles. And we are going to make a handle that you can see here. We actually just skip some stitches. We actually skip a large section of stitches, and then we will just crochet over that skip section, and that will make our handle. I've done one because it's a bag, so we have one on each side. So you can see here what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet over a few stitches. In this case, you start with 15. Then you're going to make a large chain. This is 25 stitches, and you're going to skip the corresponding amount of stitches to your chain. So we did a chain of 25, so we're going to skip 25. So you can see here they line up very, very nicely, but they're not attached. So I am going to show you how to do that on the other side of the bag here. I'm going to flip it over. There we go. And I followed the pattern. It said after you connect your other end of your chain, that you go around 30 stitches because it's 15 on each side of the bag. And here is my stitches here. So I'm actually at number 28. So we're going to do a single crochet number 29. I just didn't want to show you, make you sit through crocheting all the way around. And 30, okay. And then we are going to just stop there and make a chain of 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you want to make these a little bit tight because you don't want your handle to be super floppy. So just keep that in mind. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, oh, almost there, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 25. Okay, so there you go. We've made a big chain of 25 here, and now we need to skip 25 single crochets from the row below. So I actually just set that aside, and then I just count with my fingers real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so there's 25. So those are the 25 we're going to skip. So into the 26th stitch, you will single crochet, just like normal. Okay? And go. And then the only key to this is to make sure when you do reach over to grab your 26th stitch that you don't twist up your chains there. And then you just single crochet to finish the row. So let me do that real quick here for you. Should be about 15 stitches. Okay, and then we have 3 more rows to finish up the bag, and those 3 rows are half double crochet all the way around, 3 rows of that, or 3 rounds, excuse me. And that will give our handle a little bit of heft so that you have something to grab onto and it's not too floppy. So I am going to go ahead and just finish up this row with my single crochets and work 3 rows of half double crochet, and I'll come back and I'll show you what the almost finished handbag. We have 1 more week, so let me get to that. So here we go. We have done our final 3 rows of half double crochet, and as you can see, we've got handles on our bag, but you can see it needs a little bit more work. We're going to do next week, we are going to show you how to add a little bit more structure to this and a little tie closure. So don't forget, all the links you need are down below, and come join us next week.